The Water Margin, Chapter 17.
Today, we are jumping, straight into the fire.
Oh, absolutely.
We're picking up the story of the blue-faced beast, Yang Shi, literally seconds after his world has just completely fallen apart.
He's just lost the birthday tribute, the Shang, and with it, any chance of a legitimate life. He's a dead man walking politically and legally.
And the sources put us right there with him on this emotional ledge. He's not just running, he's thinking about ending it all.
Exactly. His very first thought is just self-destruction. The text says he considered just leaping off the slope, but quick end.
But something stops him.
Something does, and it's this grim calculation, really. It's about his own value, his own worth.
He remembers who he is, basically.
Yeah. Yes. He literally asks himself, I've mastered the 18 kinds of martial arts. Should I die here like a nobody? He decides his skills, his lineage. They demand a better ending than that.
So better to be captured and executed than to just give up on a dirt hill.
Right. It's a choice to survive, even if it's for a more public ending. And once he makes that choice, his first move is pure fury.
Directed at the guards, the 14 men who wouldn't listen to him.
He finds them still groggy, completely useless, and he just curses them for causing this whole catastrophe. He grabs his gear, his pudao, and his saber.
The only things he has left of any value.
And he just walks away. He abandons them, which, you can understand. But that act right there sets up the next disaster.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because the story pivots from just a tragedy to outright political treachery.
Oh, it's immediate. As soon as those guards wake up, the conspiracy begins.
Yang Zi thinks they'll just report what happened, that they were drugged by bandits.
But they're smarter than that, or at least more cynical. The old steward, the Duguan, he gets them all together and they realize, wait a minute, Yang Zi is gone.
His absence is their opportunity.
It's their get-out-of-jail-free card. They realize they can craft a story, a lie that saves them and completely destroys him.
So let's break that lie down, because it's not just a simple cover-up. It's like surgically precise.
It's a three-part kill shot. First, they claim Yang Zi abused and beat them the whole way.
Which plays on his reputation for having a temper. Makes it believable.
Exactly. Second, they say he was secretly in league with the bandits the whole time.
The inside man.
The inside man.
Uh-huh.
And third, the final nail, is that he was the one who drugged them with the Mingkanya, tied them up, and then made off with the treasure himself.
Wow. So they don't just blame him for incompetence, they frame him for treason and theft.
It's a total character assassination. And they're thorough about it, too. They decide to report it in Jizhu Prefecture first, leave a couple of guys there to make sure the local story sticks.
While the rest race back to Beijing to lock down the official narrative with the big bosses.
So while Yang Zi is just trying to survive running south, a massive manhunt is already spinning up behind him based on a complete fabrication. He's totally alone.
And totally broke.
Which brings us to his next crisis. He's been traveling for more than a day, he's exhausted, and he's out of money.
He has his weapons, but you can't eat a polearm. He needs food.
So he stumbles into a tavern. Now, why does he do this? After everything, why risk a confrontation over a meal he knows he can't pay for? Is it just hunger, or is it pride?
I think it's desperation fueling that pride. He's probably thinking his reputation or just his intimidating presence will get him by. He orders food, wine, meat.
And just tries to walk out?
He tries.
Yeah.
And the young guy serving the wine is having none of it. He chases him down, and Yang Zi just snaps. All that frustration, it just boils over, and he punches the kid to the ground.
Which, of course, brings out the owner. Of course. A huge, bare-chested man comes running out with a pole, and Yang Zi is just... He's done. He's had enough bad luck. He decides he's going to end this guy, and end him fast.
So what happens when an Imperial Guard commander faces off with an angry butcher?
They fight. And it's a serious fight. We're talking 20, maybe 30 rounds. But it becomes clear pretty quickly that the tavern owner, for all his size and rage, is outmatched.
He's just blocking and dodging.
He's just trying to survive. And he realizes he's up against someone on a whole other level, so he calls a halt, asks for his name.
And Yang Zi, even at rock bottom, still has that core of pride.
Oh, absolutely. He announces himself, blue-faced beast, Yang Zi.
And the man recognizes him.
Instantly. Recognizes him as Commander Yang from the capital. But then comes the twist. The owner introduces himself. He's Cao Zheng, the demon of the butcher's block.
That's a great nickname.
It is, but the connection is what's critical. Cao Zheng is from Kaifeng, and he tells Yang Zi he was an apprentice of the instructor Lin Chong.
The Lin Chong, from the 800,000 Imperial Guards.
The very same. Cao Zhang says he recognized Yang Ji's fighting style because it was the same elite level that his master Lin Chang used.
That's an incredible coincidence.
Yeah.
A random, violent brawl over a meal connects him right back to the world he just lost.
It's a lifeline. Yang Ji finally has someone he can talk to who understands his world. He tells him everything, losing the flower stones, now the birthday tribute.
And he mentions his plan, or his sort of half-baked idea, to go to Liangshan.
Right, because he knows Lin Chang is there.
Yeah.
They'd fought before, you remember, when Wang Lin tried to keep them both. But he's deeply conflicted about it now.
Why? What's the hesitation?
It's shame, pure, crushing shame. He refused to join them when he was a decorated officer. To crawl back now as a branded fugitive is just humiliating.
And he has the physical brand, too.
He mentions it specifically. The Jinyan, that gold tattoo, the criminal's mark on his face. For a man like him, that's the ultimate symbol of failure. He feels he's lost his ambition, his hameziki.
It's not just ink, it's a social death sentence.
Totally. And Cao Zhang hears all this and basically tells him, yeah, your instincts are right. Don't go to Liangshan.
Why not? It's the biggest outlaw stronghold around.
Because the leader, Wang Lin, is notoriously narrow-minded. Cao Zhang knows Wang Lin treated his own teacher, Lin Chang, horribly. He warns Yang Zi that a man of his skill would be seen as a threat, not an asset.
So he offers an alternative.
A much better, much more strategic alternative. A place called Erlong Mountain to Dragon Mountain.
Okay, so what's the play here?
The play is to take it. Erlong Mountain has a stronghold, the Baozu Temple, run by a bandit chief called Golden-Eyed Tiger Danglong. He has 400 or 500 men.
So instead of joining a crew, he should go start his own, become the leader.
Exactly. Seize his own mountain, and just like that, Yang Zi's despair vanishes. It's replaced with a target. He stays one night, borrows some travel money, and he's off.
He has a purpose again. An outlaw's ambition.
A purpose, yes. But he's still one man against 500. And the story almost immediately throws another challenge, an even bigger one, in his path.
He's traveling toward the mountain, night falls. He finds a forest to rest in.
And he's not alone. He finds this huge, fat monk cooling himself off under a tree. And the detail the source gives us is incredible. The monk's back is covered in flower tattoos. Huaxiu?
A visual warning sign. This is no ordinary monk.
Not at all. And just like the tavern brawl, there's no conversation. The monk just shouts, challenges him, and attacks with this huge iron staff. A Chanzang.
Yang Zi must be so tired of this.
The text says he's annoyed by the bald fellow's rudeness. He fights back with his pudao, and what follows is, well, it's an epic duel.
This isn't just a scuffle.
No, this is a clash of titans. They fight for 40 or 50 rounds, and neither one can get an advantage. They are perfectly matched.
The source even describes it as two dragons competing for a pearl, a pair of tigers fighting for food.
It's the ultimate sign of respect in this world. They are equals. They finally break off, both of them stunned by the other's skill, and the monk asks for his name.
And he recognizes Yang Zi.
He does. He remembers the story from Tokyo about the officer who killed the street thug Niu Er while trying to sell his sword.
So Yang Zi is identified. The big question is, who is this monk?
The monk reveals he's Lu Zhishen, the former Commissioner Liu, and he tells his own story how he killed a corrupt butcher, the Butcher of the West, with 3 punches and had to flee.
And became a monk to hide?
Exactly. Became a monk at Malwutai and got his nickname, Flowery Monk Hua Heshang, because of those very tattoos Yang Zi saw on his back.
This is just, the convergence of fate is unbelievable.
It's an astronomical shift. A few days ago, Yang Zi was thinking of suicide. Now, through Cao Zhang, he has a plan, and now he's found a partner of equal skill and status in Lu Zhishen.
A partner who is also a fugitive from a high-ranking background. They're perfect counterparts.
They are. Together, they have the military might to actually take Erlong Mountain. It's no longer a suicide mission.
So he went from total despair to basically co-founding a new outlaw kingdom. An incredible rebound.
They're a legendary duo before they've even begun. Their combined reputation is immense. They've traded solitary despair for a shared ambition.
A powerful new beginning. But, even with all this good fortune, the original problem, the thing that started all this, it's still there.
Absolutely. He's solved his immediate problem. He has a safe haven. He has an ally. But he's still a wanted man.
And he's wanted because of that incredibly clever, vicious lie told by the 14 guards.
That lie is still working its way through the imperial system. It ensures that no matter what mountain he conquers, in the eyes of the state, he's a traitor. 2 huge figures from the outlaw world, the Jianghu, just happen to meet.
And both of them are at absolute rock bottom. Famous, yes, but they're fugitives. They're desperate.
Let's start with one of them, the flower monk, Lu Zhishen. He has this massive reputation, but he's on the run. What pushed him out into the wild?
Well, his story really starts with him doing the right thing. He was defending his friend Lin Chong against this incredibly powerful official, Gao Taiwei.
And Gao Taiwei isn't just some local magistrate, right? We're talking about the Grand Marshal of the entire Song dynasty.
Exactly. So when Lu Zhishen saves Lin Chong from an assassination attempt, he basically picks a fight with the entire government.
A fight he can't win.
Not a chance. The report goes straight to the capital, and the Taiwei is, furious. He orders the temple where Lu Zhishen was staying to kick him out immediately.
And Lu Zhishen, being who he is, doesn't just pack his bags and leave quietly.
No, not at all. He goes out in a blaze of glory. Literally, he burns down his own quarters before he flees.
He destroys his own sanctuary.
Right. It's a message. He's making it clear he can never go back. And that's what makes him so desperate when he finally gets to Erlong Mountain.
But even for a hero like him, the road is dangerous. I mean, right after this, he almost got killed himself at a place called Crossroads Slope.
Oh, yeah. He runs straight into Sun Erniang, the mother night yaksha. She runs this inn where she drugs travelers.
With something called Menghan Yao. What exactly is that?
It's basically a potent knockout drug. The name means bewilderment drug. It renders you completely helpless, like dead weight.
So he's out cold.
Totally. He was only saved because her husband, Zong King, came home and recognized his gear. He saw this massive monk spade and knife and realized, wait, this has to be the famous flower monk.
And that recognition forges an alliance. They become sworn brothers.
And they're the ones who tell Lu Zhishen, go to Erlong Mountain. The leader there, Denglong, should take you in.
But that doesn't exactly go to plan.
It's a disaster. Denglong is a petty guy. He refuses to let Lu Zhishen join. They fight, and Lu Zhishen lands this, just a brutal kick right to Denglong's stomach.
Injuring him badly.
Very badly. So Denglong, humiliated and in pain, just retreats up the mountain and locks everything down. All three castles, fortified. He just refuses to fight.
Which leaves Lu Zhishen stuck. He can't get up, and Denglong won't come down.
He's in a total impasse. And that is the exact moment the Yangzi, the blue-faced beast, stumbles onto the scene, carrying an even heavier weight of failure.
Right. Yang Zi has two huge public failures hanging over him. First, killing a man in the capital, which got him exiled.
And second, the big one, the catastrophic loss of the birthday gift convoy, the Shengsheng gang.
A treasure meant for the Grand Tutor, the Taishi. That's one of the most powerful men in the entire empire.
Losing that treasure made Yang Zi the most wanted man and, frankly, the biggest failure in the imperial service. He has nowhere to go.
So you have these two incredibly powerful warriors, but they're completely stymied by a locked gate. Brute force is useless.
Utterly useless. They need a plan. They need a genius.
And they find one in a local innkeeper, Cao Zhang.
Yes. Cao Zhang takes one look at the situation and says, if those passes are locked, 10,000 troops couldn't get up there. You have to use intelligence, not force.
He flips the whole script. This isn't a battle anymore.
It's a performance. It becomes about stagecraft. And what's so brilliant about Cao Zhang's plan is that it's all based on understanding their target.
Yeah.
Exactly. They know he's paranoid, they know he's petty, and most of all, they know he wants revenge for that kick.
So let's break down the plan. Step one is the disguise.
The heroes have to disappear. Yang Zi dresses like a simple farmer. And, crucially, Lu Zhishen's famous weapons, that huge spade and knife, that they have to be hidden. He has to look weak.
And the whole thing hinges on a piece of rope, right?
The Huaji-2, the live knot. It's such a clever detail. They tie Lu Zhishen up with this knot that looks totally secure, but it can be released with a single pull.
The slip knot.
A slip knot, basically. It's the trigger for the whole trap.
Okay, so they have the props. Now for the story. What's the narrative they create for the guards on the mountain?
It's just perfect. It's tailored to everything Denglong wants to hear. First, they say they're just local innkeepers.
Plausible.
Second, they say this monk got drunk at their inn and wouldn't pay. Third, and this is the key, the monk threatened to come back with 1,000 men from Langshan Marsh, the biggest outlaw stronghold, and wipe them all out.
So you're creating a massive, credible threat. You're playing on Denglong's fear.
Exactly. But then the fourth part of the story makes Denglong the hero. They say, we captured this troublemaker for you. We're offering him to you as a tribute, a sign of our loyalty.
It's irresistible. It's a gift-wrapped revenge fantasy.
It's everything he wants. He gets to look strong, he gets his revenge, and he neutralizes a threat all at once.
But wait a second. Did the guards really believe that a couple of innkeepers could capture the flower monk?
That's the genius of it. Dinglong was so blinded by his own pain and ego, the chance to see Lu Zhishen helpless and tied up was too good to question. His emotions completely overrode his logic.
They were banking on him wanting it to be true.
100%. So Yang Zi goes up with a simple staff. Cao Zhang is carrying this heavy bundle, which of course contains the hidden monk spade.
And the guards on the mountain, they buy it completely.
Hook, line, and sinker. They rush up past all the defenses, the crossbows, the stone catapults, to tell Dinglong the good news.
And Dinglong's reaction tells you everything you need to know about his mindset.
He's ecstatic. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't interrogate them. He just gives this chilling order. Bring him up and take this scoundrel's heart to go with wine, to relieve my resentment.
Wow. Take his heart to go with wine.
I mean, his rage just consumes him. It's his undoing.
So they lead Lu Zhishen up, past the 3 gates, into the heart of the lair, the Baozu Temple.
And the temple itself is this powerful image. The Buddhist statues have been torn down. In their place, Dinglong is sitting on a tiger skin armchair.
The holy place has been totally corrupted.
It's a symbol of his illegitimate power. He has all these physical defenses, but his real vulnerability is psychological.
Okay, so Lu Zhishen is dragged before Dinglong, who starts gloating. This is the moment.
This is the moment. Lu Zhishen is playing the part of the defeated captive. Then, just as Dinglong is savoring his victory, the monk's eyes fly open and he screams, "Scoundrel, don't run."
And the trap is sprung.
Instantly, the laborers yank the cord, the live knot releases, and he's free. Cao Zing throws him the spade.
And the violence is immediate.
So fast, one blow. Lu Zhishen brings the spade down and splits Dinglong's skull and the armchair he's sitting on. It's just overwhelming force unleashed in a split second.
And what about the rest of the bandits? There are hundreds of them.
That's what's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yang Zi joins in, stabs maybe 4 or 5 guys, and that's it. The rest of them, the 500 or 600 other bandits, they just surrender.
They're terrified.
They're in shock. The psychological impact of seeing their leader destroyed by a plan that was so theatrical, so ingenious, it just broke their will to fight.
So it's a nearly bloodless coup, a total victory for strategy over strength.
A complete triumph.
Yeah.
They burn Dinglong's body, take over the mountain, and celebrate. But now we have to pull the camera way back.
Because while they're celebrating their victory on the mountain, Yang Zi's fate is being sealed somewhere else entirely.
Right. We have to switch back to the official world, back to Beijing, where the guards who lost the birthday gift have finally returned to face their boss, Liang Zongshu.
And they need a story. They need a scapegoat to save their own skins.
They need a perfect fiction. And Yang Zi, who already has a reputation as a failure and an exile, is the perfect candidate.
So what's the lie they construct? I remember it being incredibly specific.
Oh, it's a masterpiece of fabrication. They start by thanking Liang Zongshu for his kindness, buttering him up. Then they drop the bomb.
That Yang Zi was in on it the whole time.
Not just in on it, he was the mastermind. They claim he was an ungrateful thief who planned everything. They say he colluded with 7 thieves disguised as date merchants at Yellow Mud Ridge.
So they're even naming the co-conspirators.
Yes. And they claim Yang Zi himself bought the drugged wine, tied up the guards, and then helped the thieves load all the treasure onto 7 carts.
It's a complete inversion of the truth. The man hired to protect the treasure is now the villain who orchestrated the entire theft.
It's a perfect lie because it explains everything. And crucially, it absolves them of all responsibility.
And Liang Zongshu, their superior, he buys it.
Completely. He is enraged. He calls Yang Zi a convict, an ungrateful man, and vows to have him sliced into 10,000 pieces.
And this isn't just angry talk. He acts on it immediately.
Immediately. An official order goes out to the prefecture to hunt Yang Zi as a wanted criminal. And, even more damning, he sends a personal letter to his father-in-law.
The Grand Tutor, the Tai Shi.
The man the gift was for. So with that letter, Yang Zi is condemned at the highest possible level of the government. His reputation is destroyed. He can never go back.
The contrast is just so stark, isn't it? On Erlong Mountain, intelligence and strategy win the day. They control the narrative, and they get their fortress.
A glorious victory.
Yeah.
But in the world that actually matters, the world of imperial power, a simple, convenient story told by a few desperate guards completely annihilates Yang Zi's entire identity.
In the capital, with Grand Tutor Kai Taishi.
He gets the news that these 11 loads of gold, pearls, all this treasure meant for him, it's gone. And his reaction is more than just financial, isn't it?
Oh, way more. This is a public insult. Kai Taishi is one of the most powerful men in the empire.
And the sources say this isn't the first time, right?
Exactly. They robbed a gift the year before, too, so for this to happen again, it's not just incompetence, it's like an open challenge to his authority.
He calls it rude.
He does. Rude and completely unacceptable. And that language, it signals that the official response is going to be swift and probably terrifying.
So he doesn't just send a memo through the usual channels?
No way. He dispatches a direct physical embodiment of his anger, a trusted official.
The source calls him a fugan.
Yeah, a heart-to-heart person. And this is so crucial for you to understand. This guy isn't some low-level courier. He is a personal agent of the Grand Tutor.
Bypassing the whole chain of command.
The whole thing. His authority comes straight from the top, and the document he's carrying, the Gongwen, it basically has the weight of an execution order.
And the message he delivers to the local prefect in Jizhu, it's an ultimatum.
A terrifying one. There is zero wiggle room.
So what are the specific demands?
Well, first, a strict and frankly impossible deadline. 10 days.
10 days.
10 days to capture all the culprits. And they even have a list pieced together from early reports.
Who does they think it is?
They're looking for 7 date vendors, 1 person who sold wine, and this runaway military officer, Yang Zi. That detail is going to be important later.
10 days is nothing. I mean, for a crime of this scale, that deadline sounds like it's designed for failure.
It is. And the penalty for that failure is the real horror here.
What happens if they miss the deadline?
The prefect is told, point blank, if you fail, you will be arrested and sent to Shaman Island.
And Shaman Island isn't just a prison.
No, it's a brutal, distant penal colony. For a scholar official, someone who spent his entire life climbing the ladder, this is social and political death.
A lifetime of hard labor.
Total separation from everything he knows. The Fugan even says that his own life is on the line, just to hammer home how serious Kai Taishi is.
Okay, so let's shift down to the regional level. The Jizhu prefect is already under pressure, and now he's facing this life-destroying threat.
He's in a complete panic, an existential crisis. And, when the central system applies that kind of pressure, the local system just deflects it downward.
So he needs a sacrifice, someone to take the fall.
Immediately. And that's where Hitao comes in, the chief arresting officer, the Sanduji Bushichen.
So is Hitao more of a bureaucrat or a guy in the field?
He's the guy responsible for the actual police work. He connects the prefect's office to the messy reality of the streets.
Ah, I see.
And the prefect, who got his status through clean, scholarly exams, he makes that distinction very clear. He basically screams at Hitao that his field negligence is about to get him, a high-ranking scholar, sent to Shaman Island.
It's the ultimate deflection. My failure is your fault.
100%. And to prove to the Fugan that he's taking action, the prefect does something chilling. Right there in the hall.
What does he do?
He orders Hitao to be tattooed. On his face.
Oh, wow.
With the inscription, banished to prefecture, Daipei Zoo.
Banished to, ... They leave the place blank.
They leave it blank, and that is a psychological masterstroke.
Why?
Because the tattoo itself is a mark of permanent shame. It labels you a criminal for life.
Why?
But by leaving the destination blank...
He has no idea where he's going.
Exactly. The mark is a constant, visible threat hanging over him. If he fails, someone just has to fill in Shaman Island, and it's over. It's just a brilliant, ruthless way to guarantee compliance through terror.
That is genuinely horrific. I mean, a threat permanently etched onto his skin. You can just imagine him going home with that weight.
The source says he has double eyebrows locked with 3 iron bars, belly filled with 10,000 measures of sorrow. He's a broken man.
And it's in this moment of total collapse that the actual solution starts to appear.
Right, but not from the official investigation. It comes from his own family kitchen. We meet his wife and his younger brother, He King.
And the wife explains the whole crisis to He King, right? The stolen treasure, the threat of exile, and now this fresh brand on his brother's face.
Yes, and He King's first reaction tells you everything you need to know about their relationship.
He's dismissive.
Completely. He basically says, my successful brother only talks to me when he needs money because He King is known to gamble and hang out in some pretty rough places.
So he's the black sheep of the family.
He is.
Yeah.
And you can feel his resentment for the very system his brother represents. He's watching it all come crashing down.
But then there's a shift. The sister-in-law repeats the only description the authorities have of the thieves.
Yes. That seemingly mundane detail.
7 date vendors.
Qui est fan zao zidikeren. And the moment he hears that, He King just bursts out laughing.
Okay, so why? Why does this detail, which the officials apparently ignored, make him laugh?
Because the entire official apparatus, from the prefect all the way up to the grand tutor, they are focused on the high-status threat.
The runaway military officer Yang Ji.
Exactly. They're expecting some grand military operation. They see date vendors and they just think it's a disguise, or
Right.
they're just irrelevant commoners who are nearby.
They dismiss the mundane detail.
Completely. But He King, who lives on the margins, he hears date vendors, and he recognizes it for what it is.
Criminal jargon.
It's professional camouflage. He knows the language of the Shaozai, the petty thieves. He knows their wind path, their networks, their methods. It's intelligence you get from the street, not from a scroll.
So if he knows the answer, why doesn't he just help his brother?
Because this is his moment. This is his leverage. He's enjoying watching the system, and the man who looked down on him grovel. He tells his sister-in-law he'll only step in when the crisis is most urgent.
He wants to make his brother sweat to prove his own worth.
Absolutely. He's going to make him pay for years of being ignored.
Which sets up this final desperate confrontation. He, Tao, hears all this, realizes his brother is his only hope, and he begs him for help.
He does. He appeals to their shared blood, the face of the same womb and mother. He's throwing away all his official dignity.
And he even tries to pay him.
Right. He goes back to the only transaction he knows. He offers 10 ounces of silver.
A lot of money.
A huge amount. But King refuses it. He's not after money anymore. He's after respect. And he hits him with this incredible proverb.
What does he say?
He says, Jilai ba fo jiao, jian chibushan.
Which means?
Hugging Buddha's feet when in crisis, never burning incense in idle times.
Wow, that is devastating. Basically, you only come to me when you're desperate.
That's the heart of it. He's not taking a bribe. He wants a promise. He wants fair treatment from now on. He wants the system to finally acknowledge that his knowledge, the knowledge from the streets, has value.
And once his brother is properly humbled, King finally agrees to talk.
He does. And what he says is the ultimate assurance. It's a total mic drop moment that just flips the whole investigation on its head.
What does he say?
He looks at his broken, branded brother and says, "These thieves, I have caught them all in my sack. Zuzai biandai lile."
Incredible. So the chief of police is useless, but the family gambler already has them cornered.
Metaphorically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just by understanding a single piece of jargon that the powerful chose to ignore.
It's the perfect setup for the next phase, where the investigation finally gets out of the bureaucracy and into the underworld.